I've lived in Toronto my whole life, and I'm most proud of the growth we've seen over the last 50 years. It's a city that has a number of different cultures that are able to coexist together in harmony.
Just to see the city, how it's grown, and how Toronto's been able to embrace this melting pot culture where we're open to others' ideas and visions, and just the general momentum over the last 10 years has been really fantastic to be part of.
It's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to go to school, and it's a great place to be an empty nester in the city.
I grew up in London, Ontario, so coming to Toronto, I got to experience and see a lot of different cultures and to be a part of such a diverse fabric.
I've had the chance to work with a number of global investors, and it's hearing them talk about Toronto as a gateway city and having it on their list up there with New York and London. It's really their perspective on how Toronto has grown up over the last decade that's made me the most proud.
It's an amazing up-and-coming city that's very diverse, inclusive. Anybody in this generation living or working here is bearing witness to a very big change in the city.
The dynamics of the city, it's a city that has changed so dramatically in the last 15 years.
Of all the places I've lived, Toronto has a population of incredibly kind people, and I think that's what makes me most proud to be a Torontonian.
It's an amazing role model for most cities in terms of growth, vitality, livability.
Just having a city that's alive in the day and in the night and has all these distinct neighborhoods for people to enjoy makes me proud.
My parents used to drive to the Sky Dome to go see the Blue Jays play. And on the Gardiner, you could see the Sky Dome from Humber Bay. You can't see the Sky Dome from Humber Bay anymore on the Gardiner. There's an awful lot that's been built in a decade.
When I started in 2004, Financial Core was a ghost town after 5 o'clock, and you would never imagine having a brunch or a dinner with your spouse downtown in the Financial Core.
10 years ago, I had envy of going to Montreal and the amount of activity that was taking place afterward. And Toronto's a pretty sleepy place, specifically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Now, it's a thriving social city.
Back in the day, you'd feel like the sidewalks rolled up at 5 p.m., but now evenings, weekends, there's always life in downtown Toronto.
I actually moved here 12 years ago, and I was living at the waterfront. And just seeing that transformation in such a short period of time is incredible. It's just the whole landscape has changed. There's been so much development, so much innovation.
The level of intensification that's going on, particularly in the residential sector, the new condo developments have been building up rather than out.
We started at Mancus in 2009. We delivered 25 York, and it was a parking lot down there, and now you can see all the vibrant buildings that are coming up, the hotels that are there, Le Germain, the Delta, and it's just starting to expand further east.
The growth of the city as more of a global entity and part of that exclusive club that we've been trying to get ourselves to on a global level.
Architecture and design in 2028 will be a point of pride for Torontonians, and an energized waterfront.
I think in 10 years, our city's going to look very much like Manhattan.
Well, it's going up, and I hope the infrastructure can keep up with that rising vertical growth that's going to take place.
You'll see a city that's more densified and definitely less sprawl.
The development of the waterfront and the east side of downtown are probably, in my mind, the two biggest changes that we're going to see.
We will have better connectivity from a transit perspective, not perfect. I think we're starting to head on the right track, but we do need, significant investment on that front.
The change will be developing and building in an innovative way, in creative ways, and in ways that can really sustain the growth that is forecasted and that we know is happening in Toronto.
More undertakings, more development, more people, more construction. It's more of everything.
It's going to be a much more dense urban place.
We ignored our waterfront for 30, 40 years. Every other city in the world embraces their waterfront. We're starting to get the right approach.
The biggest risks to Toronto's real estate market, I would say, are escalating costs and the dangers of affordability.
The moment we start to be challenged with affordability of housing, with a lack of infrastructure for transit, I think the talent will have options to look elsewhere, and so will employers.
Hopefully, we see a government that's cooperative with the development community that allows us to build enough housing supply for the people who want to live here and who want to grow here.
We're seeing a lot of new developments down by the harbor, and we're seeing public transportation follow those developments. And I think to the extent that it does, they'll be successful. I think to the extent that it falls behind, we might have challenges.
The biggest risk for our market is short-term thinking.
Tariffs on the auto sector, that has a major trickle-down effect to every sector, not just automotive, but the parts manufacturers, the service providers that consult to them. Then it affects residential and residential construction, and it has a massive impact.
We can have all these beautiful buildings and wonderful employment opportunities, but people have to be able to get here. The challenge is that transit has to keep pace with development. If it doesn't, then we'll stagnate.
The whole transportation model is changing very quickly, as we all know. Driverless cars and whatnot. Building in that capacity for the change and growth so that in 20 years from now, we don't look back and say, well, we didn't build our city in the right way. We're already facing those challenges now.
Toronto used to be the envy of every other city with the sense of the OMB, and now that that's probably coming off, there's a question mark about how sites will be zoned, and again, that'll translate to how sites get priced down the road.
Welcome to Rex. Look at this, huh? What a room, what a display, what an effort has gone into this night.
We're here to recognize and celebrate the biggest achievements in the office, industrial, retail, and mixed-use arenas of our industry.
We've been a sponsor of this event for 10 years, and this is a fabulous event. I got to tell you, seeing all these people and the socializing, seeing some of the people get recognition, it's fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
And the winner is CIBC Square.
It's an unbelievably proud moment for our organization and for the success of our project in Toronto. And we wouldn't be here tonight without the immense partnership of Hines and also our lead tenant partner, CIBC.
It is very humbling. I did not anticipate receiving this. It means that I am surrounded by a wonderful group of colleagues and friends and who are more deserving of this than I am.
To be the recipient of the Community Service Award was something I didn't expect. We're trying our hardest just to help other people.
It means recognition for the years of work that we worked on this historic deal for the acquisition of the Magellan Aerospace facility in Mississauga.
We're very proud to be part of this organization as we participate in a lot of mixed-use projects, office, industrial, something that we take great pride in being part of.
Tonight's win is really important to us. It also validates our partnership. This is our second deal with Sun Life in 2 years. And for a private company to have our first institutional partner come in and do a second deal with us, it's validation for the great work we do.
It's always special because you put several years into this. In fact, this one was 10 years in the making that we worked on it. And then it's finally concluded. It's just great to be recognized.
The Office Development of the Year award really goes for 5 years of hard work. It's with blood, sweat, and tears, and we're extremely proud of it. And this helps with the recognition of what that development means to us.
Rex Awards in Park is an opportunity to be on stage with the industry's best, to help acknowledge the hard work that our peers and our clients are putting into their assets and developing Toronto, and being able to help that out, present, and be on stage in the same environment for us is quite an honor.
We've been a sponsor for many years. We were initially eager to land a position as a sponsor because we saw others on stage giving out awards, and we thought that would be a great way to gain profile and recognition in the industry that we serve.
We're not afraid of partnerships. We like partnerships. When you focus on the right brands and you focus on your customer and what they want, they will support you. We were the first shopping center in Canada to exceed $1 billion in sales. All of us in this room should be incredibly proud of the retail we have in Canada. This is critical, mission critical in our business. If we don't innovate, we're out of business.
The best part about leadership is when you put people in challenging jobs, you get the right people doing the right thing and the outcomes are unbelievable. People don't build unless there's demand. Pension funds are very prominent in terms of marquee and large projects.
I was really looking forward to the speaker. I thought the topics and the bio really intrigued me.
I'm a lawyer by practice, and so this exposes me to other people in the real estate industry that are not lawyers.
A great way for us to share information, to learn best practices, and to become better real estate professionals.
Networking is great, and the education's great as well.
You get to meet everyone in the industry, so one place where you can connect with your existing clients, your future clients, or even your service partners.
Whether you're a brokerage professional, project manager, or consultant, an appraiser, there's something for everyone within the NAIOP organization.
NAIOP does a terrific job, one of advocacy, two of professional development and leadership and learning, and then finally of relationship building.
The opportunity to network with my peers, with senior leaders in the industry, the highest quality, the people working on the most innovative projects, that's who our NAIOP membership is.
The work they do in terms of the government and the industry is unprecedented.
We're someone who's in finance and accounting. It's a way to engage in the industry that you wouldn't typically do in your day-to-day, which makes your job a little bit more exciting to know that you're part of this bigger network. You're part of something that's so much bigger than just your 9 to 5. And that's why I choose NAIOP. It consistently delivers on that.
It's surrounding yourself with forward-thinking people, local experts, and then ideally it's the opportunity to volunteer in extracurricular commercial real estate focused activities and help shape the community.
The proceeds that are raised through NAIOP's sponsorship really go to really good causes. The lobbying cause and the education, just so many good things that help improve the positioning of commercial real estate professionals, certainly in the Toronto market.
I think it's really important as professionals in this industry and as we continue to grow commercial real estate in Toronto to be able to provide a portal for people's energies to be spent, outside of what they do every day.
Success doesn't bring happiness, it's the other way around. Happiness brings success. The first step to being happy is surrounding yourself with good people, people that are interesting, smarter than you, more driven than you, more ambitious. You need to keep those people around you as much as possible because that will manifest into your own growth as an individual.
When you're in an organization that has 1,100 people in a small community, believe it or not, you get to meet people and you get to build your career and grow with them.